Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to talk about the Steam controller. I got mine here yesterday. Didn't get to play it until the evening, and I just want to talk on my first impressions about it. I really like it. This is my first really premium controller that I bought. I'm used to playing with the PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 controller, and I've always enjoyed those controllers. I know they're not fully compatible with Steam, so they're not as seamless of an experience as they could be, and that's where the Steam controller is way more seamless, I would say. I hear people talk about the thumbstick position, and now coming from PlayStation, I really like I like that they're centered instead of offset. That's something I've noticed playing with Xbox controllers, is my hands get really tired after playing in that offset position for a while. But something that I've noticed playing with the Steam controller, maybe it's because of the button symbols, that I know it's the Xbox layout. It's throwing me for a loop, and I keep wanting to reach down to the touchpad in place of the D-pad, like I'm playing it like an Xbox controller, even though I know it's not set up like an Xbox controller, if that makes sense. And I guess that's how it feels in the hand to me. It feels more like an Xbox controller, just the ergonomics. I know a lot of people like the Xbox controller, but I found myself doing that a lot. I was taking my left thumb down instead of up for the D-pad. The back buttons, I really like the back buttons. I never experienced a controller with the back buttons, so I found that really, really cool. And the couple games that I tried that I got it set up for, it's something really cool that I'm glad is there. I've heard a lot of people pressing them accidentally, and I haven't had that happen. That off the top of my head, not, but I'm also getting used to them. But I hear other videos of people talking where they're hitting them all the time, and I don't seem to be having that. But the way I hold the controller as well, my middle and ring finger are the fingers that sit on those controllers, or on those buttons. Now that's something, though, that comes to mind is the triggers. The bottom trigger and the top trigger, I don't know if it's just because the controller is kind of tall, like an Xbox controller is, and my fingers pull like L2 and R2 really easily, but that, I don't know, the top one, it feels like a stretch to hit those top buttons. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm holding the controller too far at the bottom and I need to actually raise my hands, but then my middle finger and my ring finger don't line up quite as well on those back buttons. So I'm not going to call it a complaint, but that is something I noticed with the triggers. People have commented on the plastic, the feel of the plastic, and that it feels cheap. And I'd say I don't agree with that. It does have a different feel compared to what I'm used to. Like, say, the DualShock 4 is what I'm used to, and two of my controllers have a custom case. One I painted myself, with a lacquer spray paint, and no clear coat or anything. And that one has a nice feel. And then a custom painted controller from Call of Duty. And that one it's hand painted in so much, and I'm not sure exactly what it's painted with, but unfortunately the oils on my hands have actually started to smudge the paint off, but it does feel nice. What I remember, it was slightly sticky from the paint when I first got it. If I remember right, I don't notice that anymore. But the steam control, it just feels different. I used to work in cars about 5 years ago, and it was around 2019 or 20, somewhere around there, when that new model year of F-150s came out. That plastic felt cheap. Like, from what I think was 2018, like a lot of those felt nice, they felt like hard plastic, and then I think it was 2019, we were getting those new vehicles in, and you could just feel the difference in the plastic, and they felt thinner, they felt more brittle, maybe, but definitely more flexible, and it felt like a lower quality plastic. And I'm not getting that feeling from this controller. Granted, I've only played with it for a couple hours last night. And I do like it. I like the haptic feedback when you're touching the touchpads. I really like that. I've heard people have mixed feelings on that as well. I really like that. And I know that I'm touching those pads and that they're doing something. So that's where I'll have something set up on the right trackpad but not the left. And when you're using the right trackpad, you can feel it working. Whereas if that left trackpad isn't set up to do anything, you don't feel it. It doesn't. You don't feel anything because nothing's happening. I think that's really cool. The trackpad does work as a button as well, but it doesn't. If the controller is off, it's definitely nothing clicks. But it's the haptic feedback that gives the sense that you're pushing the button. And I really like that, really enjoy that. Yeah, I would say I am happy with my purchase. I'm looking forward to when the Steam machine comes out, and I'm hoping to get the bundle with a controller as well, so then I'll have two controllers, and then playing games like 2005's Star Wars Battlefront. I know that one doesn't have split screen. The original one, the re-release, the classic edition bundle or whatever it was that did come out, does have split screen, but that also has native controller support. But you can hack split screen into the original game. So things like that, where the trackpad would make more sense to use. To have two controllers where you can play with two people would, I would like to get to that point. Looking forward to the Steam machine. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the controller. I'm looking forward to my time with it. I would say it's going to replace my PS4 controllers. But then that's the other thing too. If we ever have 4 people to one console, I still have those controllers that would still work for it. I know Xbox controllers work better natively. I'm not looking to buy Xbox controllers, but I do have friends that have Xbox, so that's something as well. I think I got all my thoughts out. I enjoy the controller. I'm looking forward to using it, and yeah, thank you guys for watching and listening.